in the major news at 6. Good afternoon, welcome. It's a 3:15. I'm Kaladako Rubasibo. This is Hard Facts, the Tuesday edition, and it's time for us to go on a flight in search of development for our state and our nation at large. Alright, so my big stories. I've got 3. The first big story, Governor Fubara to begin commissioning of projects across Rivers State. The second big story, Martin Amaewhule-led assembly writes Rivers State governor asking for assent to bills passed by the House. And the third big story, EFCC recovers 753 houses illegally obtained by a government official. So now to my first big story, talking about the governor set to commission projects. Now, for a long time, the conversation in Rivers State has been about the crisis. I mean, even yesterday we had, was it yesterday over the weekend, we had a guest in the state, former president, and what we talked about, or what he talked about the most, was the political crisis in Rivers State. However, it looks like from the body language of the Rivers State executive government that they want to change the narrative, because the governor has usually or almost always said that Rivers people first. And at some point, I think, he complained about all the projects he is doing. Nobody's seen them, because I think that was when he appeared on Channels TV, and nobody's seen all the projects he's doing because of the political crisis. So it looks like there is a deliberate effort on the part of the government to advertise, popularize, make evident, palpable, help me with all the adjectives now, to make sure people, not just in Rivers State, but across the nation, see the project the governor is working on. But the reason why I've brought it to the big stories today and made it number 1 is because I want you, the Rivers person, whether you're doing business or you're an indigent resident here, I want you to be a judge, because these projects are done with taxpayers' money. Yeah, you hear me right? So are these the projects or dividends of democracy you envisioned when you voted for the governor, Siminalayi Fubara, His Excellency? Even if you did not vote, you still pay taxes. Is this what you envision when you think your state, where you want to reside, when you make your plans for the future? Are these some of the projects you expect from the executive government? And that's why I brought this to the fore today. Now, I'm looking at a pictogram. Let's see. Rivers State government schedule of commissioning and flag off projects. All right. So on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, the 4th of April, it will be the commissioning of reconstructed Umwala Eberi Link Road. So I think that's in HA. So for those of you in HA, is this what you envisioned? Yes, I've seen it. It's HA and Omuma local government areas. And on the 6th, which is Friday, it will be the commissioning of Government Secondary School Awuda, and that's in Awuda East local government area. Now on Monday next week, which is the 9th of December 2024, Rivers State will experience the commissioning of security surveillance gunboats, and this will be in Obiakpo. That's the NNS Pathfinder Obiakpo local government area. And this raises a question. All of the gunboats we have been donating, right from, is it Amechi or even before, what has happened to those gunboats? Because we still see so much unrest in our waterways every now and then. Okay, so Tuesday, 10th December 2024, there will be the commissioning of rehabilitated Okocha Road and Spurs. I wonder where Spurs is, but it's, I think, Rumolumeni, according to what I'm seeing here, and that is in Obiakpo local government area. On Wednesday, the 11th, we will see the commissioning of reconstructed number 2, is it? I don't know. 2 number of blocks of flat prototype building for the Nigerian Air Force, still in Obiakpo local government area. And Thursday, we'll see the commissioning of reconstructed Okania Gbogoro in Baraja roads and Imboba Road, still in Obiakpa. And this, for me, I think is very fast. It wasn't a few months ago, right? That was when the governor did start the project, the Ngbaraja roads, right? On Friday, we'll see the flag off of a Gui Afara Road reconstruction. That's in HA local government area. On Saturday, the 14th, we will see the commissioning of reconstructed Umwakali Eberi Road. Now, that is in Omuma local government area. On Monday, we would see, Monday the 16th now, we will see the commissioning of Opobo Ring Road and 3 bridges, okay? And that will be in Opobo Inkoro local government area. Now, the commissioning of Bori internal roads will be on Tuesday, the 17th of December, and that will be in Kana, LGA. Okay, so on 18th December, there will be the commissioning of Kalai Biama section of Kalai Biama Epelema Road and Bridge, and that is in Opobo Inkoro, LGA. Okay. Then we would now see on Thursday 19 commissioning of the Palace of Ezoha Akpara of Rumigbo Town, and that is in Obiakpo local government area. Now on Friday the 20th of December, there will be the commissioning of Egbeda Omerelu Link Road, and that is in Ikere and Emoa local government areas. On Saturday, the very final commissioning, or now at this point it's a flag off, not a commissioning, I beg your pardon. So after all the commissionings, I think the schedule of commissioning and flag off will end with a flag off road reconstruction, and that is Saturday the 21st of December 2024. So now that project cuts across Akukutoro, Asari Toru, and Degima LGA. So there are a lot of potholes along that road if you've traveled that road in recent times, and you understand why, you know, there is the reconstruction. So interesting things there. Majorly construction, you know, some would call it brick and mortar, but are these some of the things you envisioned when, you know, they asked you for your votes and you voted sometime last year? All right, welcome. Let's now move to the second big story. So I'm going to take you back to the weekend. We talked about this on Friday last week. It was supposed to make the big stories yesterday, but there were so many things that we had to talk about. I think I mentioned it on Saturday morning because I was on the Saturday morning show for a bit, and I mentioned that the Martin Amaewhule led assembly has written to the governor, His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara, asking for Assent. Now, you would remember that for a good number of days last their Facebook page, it was a document, or should I say a letter, with the letter heading Office of the Right Honorable Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly, and the letter was written to the governor, dated November the 27th, 2024. Now, in that letter, it is captioned, or it is titled, "Forwarding of bills passed by the Rivers State House of Assembly for your assent." Now, in line with Section 100, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, a right to forward to you some bills passed by the Rivers State House of Assembly for your assent. They are as follows: 1. Rivers State Education Return of Schools Amendment Bill 2024. 2. Rivers State Electricity Market Bill 2024. 3. Rivers State Commissions of Inquiry Bill 2024. Please accept as always the assurances of my high regard. Sincerely signed, Right Honorable Martin Chika Amaewhule, DSSRS Speaker. Now, what is of great interest to me is the Rivers State Commissions of Inquiry Bill 2024, and the question I'm asking is, given the fact that, like some of you would say, or some of you have said, that amendment seeks to reduce the power of the governors, do you think, or the governor in this case, do you think the governor would readily, in good conscience, smiling joyfully, sign that and grant assent? So I brought you to the floor for conversation. Let's get your thoughts. Remember, there is still that debacle as to recognizing them. Commercial break. Okay, I don't have a commercial break, I guess, so I'm just going to keep talking. But what do you make of this? What do you make of all of this situation where we have seen the bad blood, I can say that, no love lost between the legislative arm, a faction of it, and the executive arm. And the governor keeps saying at event he attends that he recognizes the Victor Okojumbo-led assembly, so he doesn't recognize. So what do you make of this move over the weekend? I think it was Friday evening. They posted this, but it's dated 27th November, so it's sometime around Tuesday, Wednesday last week, sometime around that, or maybe even Thursday. But what do you make of it? I'd like to hear what I told. But now to my final big story, and this is really interesting, a conversation. I know a lot of people have talked about it, and that's one of the downside of having our show, by this time of the day, we get to touch on matters some other people may have touched on, but nonetheless, let's still talk. So 753 houses, duplexes, still under construction from pictorial evidence, seized, or should I say forfeited, by a government official. Now, some people have said, it could be, the assumptions on social media who it could be. I'm not going to mention names because there are no facts as of now. The EFCC also has failed to name anybody. What is written on the pages of newspapers is that it is a government official who is currently undergoing investigation. And it's a mixed feeling for me. On one hand, I'm angry. I'm angry because I work hard, you work hard. We are not seeing the results of the hard work that we put into our society, and so it can be demoralizing. So it's annoying. We find it difficult to pay bills, because of the inflation. We find it difficult to get by because of what is happening in the country. And yet one man deemed it okay, deemed it moral, deemed it, in all good conscience, good to keep 753 houses illegally. I mean, if he had bought it with his own money, business money, people are, great. Illegally, with taxpayers' money, while people were going through difficult times. And it got me thinking, these are the same politicians that we argue about, fight ourselves over. These are the same politicians that we and if you look, I think I was looking at the report from the BBC Pidgin website, and it got me really thinking, because over the years we've seen major forfeitures running into huge amounts, and from different governments, PDP governments, APC governments. And I wonder why the people are fighting themselves over politicians when these politicians don't necessarily care about the people. I mean, if government official can do something like this, then he doesn't care about the people. He cares about amassing wealth. He cares about, probably becoming too strong so the people cannot reach him, and the people will fight and support him and say he's my man, is my whatever words you use to describe the people you favor. So the question then is, which way Nigeria? How do we the people, is it even possible, but I'm still going to ask, how do we the people ensure that the politicians, the people in public spaces, the corridors of power are there for the people? Now, I understand that the people are also a part of the problem. I understand that. But I want to know, how do we ensure a system where all of our greediness, because it looks like almost all of us are greedy in the country, how to make sure that our greediness are put in check so that each and everyone can enjoy the dividends of democracy? And hopefully, the fact that this person's name has not been mentioned, I hope it's not swept under the carpet. I hope the person does not become a ghost and never gets punished. I mean, someone comes to mind, Izani. Remember the Izani? There's also the forfeiture of, the several forfeitures over the years we've heard about. And, this one is crazy. 700 753 houses for one individual. Let's go to the phone lines now and let's get your thoughts on these issues. Remember, we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube as well. We're active on X. Nigerian for PH is the handle. You could drop your messages on the comment section, the live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Once again, Nigerian for PH on X. We're very much interactive and active, so we'll relate with you if you drop your comment under the post there. Let's get your thoughts. Let's look at the big stories. I'm really interested in your thoughts about the 753 houses. This is Nigeria, I understand, but how do we ensure as a people? Because it looks like a relationship where you're giving your best, but your partner takes you for granted and cheats on you or does all the things that make you feel less significant. And that's what it's like. It's like a marriage. The politicians are married to us. They are leaders. They help us cater or take care of our common wealth, and this is how they decide to spend it. Anyways, let's get to the phone lines and let's talk. I'm still also very much interested in your thoughts about the projects to be commissioned and flagged off by the revenue. 923-0002 0817-923-0003 0817-923-0007 WhatsApp 0809-030-6416. All right, let's get the conversation started. Let's start with this one. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Your name, your location, your contribution.
Good afternoon, Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
There's a Ken calling from Ubumini.
All right, there's a Ken. Quickly, your thoughts, your time.
Kalada, wonderful shall never end.
Oh, wonderful shall never end. Is that how you put it?
753 buildings for a single human being who will be wrapped in a sheet of zinc. No.
Are you there?
Hear me?
I can hear you. Summarize, please, quickly.
Yes, it is really, really unfortunate that when we are clamoring and yearning for survival in this country, and somebody who is elsewhere having the mind to siphon the country's fund to get a whole community in his possession, that man should be executed. In fact, I think, Canada, I'm angry. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Clinton from Bori, welcome. What is on your mind?
Canada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Clinton.
We are in a country where the law does not apply to the rich. The law is only meant for the poor.
Okay.
How can one government official own 753 houses illegally? 753, and yet they pay to even review the name of the person. You made mention of Dejian Imadueke. The woman forfeited a lot of assets. Where are these assets? When they recover this asset, what are these assets used for? How does the government use this asset? We don't know. We just hear it. As very unfortunate, I think that capital punishment for this kind of crime, because the crime against the public, the Nigerian people that pay their taxes, and these taxes are used by the rich to enrich themselves and their families. It's very unfortunate, very saddening.
All right.
Going to the Commissioner of State Project, in as much as I want to commend our executive governor for doing this project, we've been hearing of road projects from the military era, and yet we have so many bad roads in Rivers State. But I would expect the governor to look at these sectors that have far-reaching effects on the people, like the public health sector.
But he's working on public health. I mean, have we not talked about that a couple of times? It's not listed yet. Does not mean he's not working on it.
Kalada, I want to see it happen, not just on paper. Come to my villages. Come to the villages here, the remote areas. Our health centers are in a very sorry. It's not they don't even exist. If this governor can prioritize these sectors that benefits the common man, I think we'll commend him for that.
All right.
And also look at how it can boost the economy of Rivers State by bringing up micro businesses. That's what we need for this in this state.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Clinton. Emeka from Elila Limini. Emeka, welcome. What is on your mind?
Yes. My dear, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Now, I want to sincerely commend our able governor for a series of commissioning and flag up. because we are telling us that, hey, it's not doing anything. Hey, it's just wasting time. Hey, it's wasting resources for National Assembly to pay them bribe and do this now. We are seeing series of commissioning and flag off. But I want to use this media also for the River State government to please come to our aid in Ele Lalimini. We don't have a functional hospital. We don't have primary health care center. I will escort similar Fubara 90%, but I will complete the 100% if it should come to Ele Lalimini by day to come and rebuild our general hospital that we abandoned for over 20 years.
All right, then.
In regards to the EFCC and recovery, my brother, we have been hearing that when the Buhari came on board, he said that everybody bring back his whatever thing that he has looting through EFCC up to now. No account made. They will also say they have and pocket the money. EFCC is also the problem of this country.
So when now let me correct something, Emeka. When these forfeitures or recoveries are done, the money or whatever it is sent to the CBN. So I don't think it's kept in the custody of the EFCC. So let's be guided on that.
Yes, I agree with you. But where are they keeping money now?
That's what I'm saying. It gets to the CBN. It's taken to the CBN. Are you listening to me? Are you listening? Okay, are you listening to me? It's taken to the CBN. It's part of the revenue. It's seen as part of the revenue for the Federation, the consolidated account. So that's where it's taken to. Supposedly, it's supposed to be there.
But again, I want to ask a question. We are not seeing any evidence now of the payment.
What do you mean by is government not spending money? So use the facts. I've just told you it's sent to the consolidated revenue account. Anyways, I'm moving on now. I've got to go. Bright is calling from Rumodumaya. Bright, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Thank you, Canada. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My concern is the government of commission and flagging us road projects. Before now, the people in the government of Fubara besides EFCC, which is the EFCC minister, that what he did during his time was just to scratch roads and maybe pour asphalt and so on. So I want to know, what is the government doing different than to other past administration, other than to commission roads and to flag off roads? And apart from that again, how many roads have this governor commissioned and flagged off to compare with what EFCC have done?
Wait, are we doing comparisons now? Is that what you're calling to? No, Bright. I want to understand. Are you calling in? Are you calling in to compare?
The next government that will still come, we'll still be hearing. We'll still continue to hear about roads, flagging roads, and commissioning roads. At the end of the day, roads will keep getting bad and bad. You understand? So that is my take on that. Then concerning the 700 and
Bright. Are you saying we don't need to construct roads? Are you saying the roads constructed in these areas are not free? I want to understand, Bright.
So these roads, are they properly done, or just to compensate from one person to another? And when they give out this contract, the first person that they gave out the contract will give some other person.
So can you give me one example, Bright? Facts now, facts. Let's stick with facts. Can you give me one example of roads that were constructed and in 1 year the roads went bad? Can you point me in the right direction, please?
1 year?
Yes, you said it. You said in 1 year the roads.
For example, this road, this is in GRA road.
Okay.
So they constructed by
Has it gone bad?
Then, yes. Apart from so many other roads,
all right.
Begin to check on timetable. After 1 year, 2 years, the same thing.
All right, Bright, you've got to go.
You see a pothole here and there. So they're doing it before now, 5 back 70s, 80s. This West Road lasted at least 30, 20 years before you can notice any pothole. There's no like that to this parent government. Since we took over, since 330 today.
So let the government try to see a better response.
All right then. All right, thank you very much, Bright.
Thank you.
I've got to go. Konkwo from Rumokuta. Konkwo, welcome. What is on your mind? Let's.
Of the people, the man of the people.
I tried.
That we have today.
Yes, the electricity.
Okay. For me, I would prefer road.
Okay then.
Because why I say so, I can easily provide light for myself.
Okay.
But I cannot easily provide a very good road.
Okay, so you see, I like your argument, but I don't have a car. I usually don't go to many places. I prefer to have electricity so that I can power my devices and not buy petrol for expensive as it is right now.
Because
so we're different people.
You know why I put out this question?
You tell me.
There was one program I listened to in Owerri where they were asking, the presenter was asking between these two, that which one. And at the end of the day, people called, and when he counted the votes, it was people who actually prefer give me road that won that very show. That they can easily provide light.
Okay.
But it is not easy to easily provide road, a very good road for yourself. And you can see that the governor in this road commissioning, he has decentralized this road project to almost, he called over how many communities or how many local governments. This is what is being expected, and I think what River Simple was. It's not a matter of when you are commissioning roads, it is domiciled in one place alone. And while others will just be listening and hearing and be feeling bitter. You understand? I want to commend the governor on that. And I also want to say that the Martins Amaewhule led the committee of friends. I think that letter will not even get to the gate of the government house.
All right then.
They should wait after 30 days. They can veto it.
All right, I've got to go. I've got to eat that from Nkoroy. Welcome. What is on your mind? Let's talk this. Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this afternoon, very, very happy. Because I know that we already did this thing by that Pogoma, Elma, Apoma, this fancy, that would be my brother. I want to commend the governor for this short period of time of flagging up and commissioning. Come to put in Ghana Road and put General Hospital. And Okubo Ring Road, my brother, the governor has done very, very well. I want to commend him because guide him and protect him, give him wisdom to take the advantage to the promised land. Canada also was doing well. We are handling matter. A very calm human being. Continue with the good work. Nigeria is the best station.
I wonder what changed your mind in that. But thank you nonetheless. Now let's read. I'm still expecting your calls, but while your calls are coming in, I'm going to read this message. The Rivers people are reaping the dividends of good governance with these avalanche of projects being commissioned and flagged off. I say kudos to the River State Governor. Degima communities are appreciating the River State Governor's or government's plan on roads network to satisfy the people first mantra. Please, Governor Fubara, the Degima communities are appealing for the award and construction of the Degima Aboa Bridge linking several local government areas of the state. The construction of Degima Aboa Bridge is an empowerment beyond empowerment. Your Excellency, please let Degima and Aboa people drive on that bridge during your regime as our economic empowerment. Adolfo's Joel Elva from where are you texting from again? Sorry, Adolfo's Joel Elda from Degima. All right, thank you, Elda Joel. Well, let's come here to Bennett. Bennett says, good afternoon, Elda. You said, I blame the masses of Nigerians for our woes until we the masses come to understand that these greedy political office holders and politicians don't mean well for us. We may not come out of the problem. You need to see the way callers carry these greedy politicians on their head and support them blindly. Bernard texting from Port Harcourt. Clifford in Auda, welcome. Let's get your thoughts.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Clifford.
Yeah, this is my first time of calling.
Oh, first time caller. It's good to have you. It's always a pleasure having you call in.
Yeah, I want to commend the governor for his good work.
Okay.
there is something I want to let you know. You know, Nigeria, if you don't belong, you get exposed. If you belong, you get safe. So that is what I want to, like the issue of the 750 something houses, the politician got. If the person, and yet the name is not exposed, perhaps the person is not a member of the caucus, so they got exposed. If you go find out, you discover. And the governor, if you watch, he's doing well. He's doing government as a continuity. The past administration, he go on doing all those jobs, which in the past administration, nothing was done. During Amechi, Wike did not touch hand in all those projects. But similarly, does that. So let's commend him. He's doing a good job. Thank you.
Thank you very much. He's commending Simnalai in his words. Lawson is calling from Yenegua. Lawson, welcome. What is on your mind?
Canada. Yes, much as you want to thank the governor.
I'm not the one thanking the governor.
And other things. The last government too, it was more of roads and bridges. You see, what about the infrastructures that will employ the people? Why are they not? Amechi, when he was governor, he did so many things. He went into different areas. I can tell you, if the FCC minister that took over from him continued from where he stopped, I can tell you Rivers people will be smiling by now. So, those infrastructures, like the ones that have been killed, that were killed under the FCC minister, why is he not reviving them? Like the banana plantation, those rivers businesses, that will revive them, put into some kind of partnership where it will be managed by the private sector, for you to employ rivers people.
All right.
Why are they not always looking towards that direction, Kalada? Yes, roads, they are good, but I know that
Lawson.
Yes.
You are in Yenegua, so I'm guessing I'm not speaking on behalf of the governor,
okay.
but I like to argue, so I'm going to argue with you now. So let's see. Last administration, people said, "Oh, you built unconstructed only in Obiakpo and Falga." I was one of those who said that, and now he's now extending it to Eche or Muma and the likes. Are you still having a problem with that? Are you saying those are the places don't deserve? Are you saying those other places don't deserve? Yeah.
In Obiakpo and Falga.
No, of course it did not, but it was concentrated according to arguments. It was concentrated in these areas.
No, because you definitely have to concentrate in the capital city, but he showed us that he had projects in all the local government areas. When they commissioned them, you were there, you saw them. Project after project he was commissioning. And most of us were shocked because we didn't know about those projects. But there were more of roads and bridges. The businesses that will employ, see, let me tell you, Rivers youth are largely unemployed.
All right.
Largely unemployed. So we should begin to look at that direction.
All right, then.
Towards that direction.
All right.
Don't forget, Governor, sorry, 1 minute.
I've got to go.
He went and inspected the banana plantation. Why has he not done anything in that area?
But you had the part, Lawson, where he said that he's working, or rather there is what's it called now? Sorry, I'm being distracted in the studio. There is the company that is working with, to revive the plantation, the Shongai farm rather. But Lawson, really, I've got to go. I've got to read messages now, please. So I've got to go. We'll continue with this. Thank you, Lawson, for calling in, and let's read some messages before we wrap up the conversation. This one says, where is it now? It says, "Good afternoon, Kalada. Mr. Martin, the deposed House of Assembly." Okay, I'm going to skip that. I've said it before. We're not the court, so we will not be the ones to determine whether they are or not. This one says, "The bill sent to Mr. Governor by Martin Amaewhule Assembly is dead on arrival. I'm not even sure will take a glance, not to talk of Assent, into it, for the allegedly, is not allegedly now, 753 duplexes by the EFCC. Since the EFCC didn't attach any name, it might as well belong to a legit businessman, because you can agree with me that a non-government official with a legit source of income in the country can own even more than that. So EFCC should come out and set the record straight so as not to keep us speculating. Finally, for the commissioning of projects by Rivers State government, I am not in the case here, simply goodness from Alakaya. The Minister for Assent. They are not Rivers State Assembly members anymore. Okay, I'm going to skip that. I've said that before, that we are not the court, so we would not dwell on that. And it says all these projects to be commissioned. I didn't hear one industry, manufacturing or production company. The major issue we have at Rivers State is unemployment. Only one school was mentioned. The dilapidated schools are many in the state. For the 753 duplexes, I can't understand such a greed and quest for wealth. All right, thank you. I've seen your calls, but I've got to go. We've got commercials. When we do return, it will be time for the business update. To stay tuned.